So I'm Raith. What inspired me to join the Suicide Girl community? I really love tattooed women, and I myself am a little bit weird and quirky, so I find that I fit right in. I am just a Suicide Girl hopeful right now, but hopefully in the future I will become official. It would mean a lot to me because there's a lot of empowerment on the website. It's a huge community. Everyone is so invested in helping each other and making each other feel welcome. I really love it there.
That's awesome. So how long have you been involved in SG so far?
That is a hard one to answer. So I would say as soon as I turned 19, I applied. I had an account before the account that I have now, but it's like an email and password I don't remember. So I made another account. I was bald back then too, so I did my first photo shoot with, I don't even remember her name anymore, but she was in Montreal. She's not an official photographer anymore. I think she's retired, but yeah, we did like a cute little cupcake set. But since then, I had a shoot fest that I went to in Toronto. When was that? Like 2018. That was a lot of fun. It was hosted by Atlantic Lungs, and the girls there.
Australia.
Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, the girls there, they're so awesome, and it was just such a fun time. Like, I didn't even know anyone there, and everyone just like welcomed me with open arms. And that was my first, like, since my old account, my first like shoot experience. So it was really, sorry, I'll turn my audio off. So it was really good. Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Was that the only shoot fest that you've ever been to?
Yeah, it was the only shoot fest I've ever been to. I'm actually planning one if COVID agrees with it. I'm planning one for Niagara Falls, in the summer. Well, I guess it's like early summer, late spring, but yeah, let's hope that it happens. And then once COVID's all done and over, we're planning one for Alaska, so that's exciting too.
Yeah, I've been actually keeping my eye on the Alaska one because the house looks so unbelievable, and I've always wanted to go to Alaska, so it seems like a great excuse.
Yeah, me too.
There's something great about those like shoot fest environments where it's just like so much love and so much excitement all at the same time.
Yeah, there's like pictures being taken over here. They're on camera over here on like the SG community website. And then there's like girls who will go out to grab food together. There's just like girls watching movies over here. Like, it's just awesome. It's so much fun.
So have you, I assume, have made friends on the site? And if so, like, is there any you feel like mentioning?
Yeah, so, wow. So there's been like a few different moments where I've made really great friends. The Shoot Fest was definitely one of them. Honestly, everyone there, like Atlantic Lungs, like, we're pretty close. And Noir, I don't know, is that how you pronounce her name?
It sounds right to me. She's French, so I feel like a little bit of a twist works.
Yeah, and Noir, she was at the Shoot Fest too, and it's actually really cute because I guess we ordered something similar but not the same, and like our food came before hers did, but she thought that my plate was her plate, so she started eating it, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna say anything because that's super cute and like she's hungry, so I'll just let her eat it. But yeah, she was like, I think this isn't my food. And I was like, yeah, that's okay. You can continue eating it. I don't mind.
I love so now we have the friends.
Yeah. So now we have a special connection, and our story it's to laugh at. Like, it's so much fun. She should be coming to the Niagara Falls Shoot Fest too and being one of the photographers.
That's awesome.
Sorry. When I like laugh so much, I start tearing up. Yeah, one sec.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm so embarrassing.
No, you're all good. I'll just fix my bangs. Always out of place. The joys of curly hair.
Yeah. So, in the last year or since like June, July, I've been really active, on Telegram, for OnlyFans networking and stuff. And I've become like a networking assistant and coach, must you say. Um, I've made really good friends with Yana as well as Reptile.
Cool.
I don't know if everyone knows who Yana Sinner is, but yeah, she's awesome.
I'm tagging everyone that you mentioned so that people can actually track down who the heck we're talking about. I find it makes it a little easier.
Yeah, and Reptile's a sweetheart. Like, through this whole COVID, we've been like very supportive of each other and kind of like had each other's back. Yeah.
So how has COVID changed how things are going, other than obviously shoot fests are a little different, and if happening at all?
Yeah. Well, I will be quite honest with you. I'm kind of having a little mini freak out over here because I've been trying to find a photographer to shoot like another set for SG for me, and time's running out because my account's only active for just about 4 more months. And I don't want to do a self-shot set because I want all my sets to be good right now. Like, I don't have enough experience on self-photography to feel like it's good enough to actually post on the website. But yeah, so COVID has kind of stopped that for now. Even with Airbnbs, like, their policies have changed drastically. Like, they actually came out with a policy that COVID's not like an unknown thing anymore.
Yeah, it's not an extenuating circumstance. I saw that and was like, excuse me.
Yeah, so if they cancel, like, you can totally not get your money back, and that's a lot of money, so it's scary.
Yeah, I mean, everything seems like such a bigger risk now. I mean, you're risking your health and other people's health, but also, like, there's so many, like, financial repercussions if things don't work out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because before COVID, I was running my own dog walking business, and I was running it for 4 years quite successfully, too. I was very proud of myself, actually. And then COVID happened. I'm not doing that business anymore. Yeah. I've only been having about 2 clients continuously throughout the month since the summer. And I just told them, like, I was like, I have to look more into full-time work because this isn't going to help me sustain myself. So now I'm a full-time assistant, part-time online internet model. But it's a lot of fun. I like helping people.
That's cool. So are you enjoying that aspect of the changes, or is it something that isn't as ideal?
I would say that I feel a little bit more lucky than most people because a lot of people are struggling to find work right now. And I'm very venturesome, so I try to find little things that I can do to kind of pick up extra cash, I guess. And I would say, like, obviously COVID's not a good thing, and I wouldn't say I'm thankful for anything to come out of it, but having time to, like, focus on what I should be focusing on and building up certain strengths in different areas that I may have not worked on before, it's definitely a change. There's been challenges, and I've definitely grown as a person, and I'm motivated, a lot more motivated now than I was before. So yeah, a lot has come out of it. Also, I've always struggled with love, and I found my COVID girlfriend, so that's I guess a good thing in, like, all of this darkness that has happened to me, and I'm super thankful for it.
There's nothing wrong with seeing, like, the bright light in a crazy time, right? So I'm really glad that, like, considering things are so nuts, it's going well for you.
Yeah, I'm glad too.
So do you still feel pretty connected to the world, considering all the advances in technology make it a lot easier?
Not really, no. My social life is pretty much non-existent. I'm on the computer all day long just typing. It's like I'm talking to robots all day, basically. Like, that's how I feel, and I'm sure that's how a lot of people feel, especially for people who aren't used to being so invested in technology right now. Yeah.
It's dehumanizing.
Exactly.
Yeah. I heard that Ontario's in this new big lockdown, and who knows what's happening with that. So how does that make you feel? Are you okay with it, or are you a little more apprehensive?
Well, I heard that Quebec, like, they have almost, I don't know if it's called martial law or something right now. They have like a curfew.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so yeah, that might happen here. The only thing that I'd be worried about is being able to go to the grocery store during my off work hours. Like, I might actually have to take time off work just to make sure I can get to stores before they close. Because I have 5 bunnies at home, and I want to make sure that they're always fed fresh foods along with like everything else they need. So that's important. But other than that, like, my goal and my focus right now is to pay off debt. So I'm gonna be a workaholic for as long as COVID lasts. Try to, hit that goal, and as soon as I do, and the world's in a better place, like, I'll actually be able to enjoy it.
Exactly. So, tell us more about your bunnies. I'm so curious. I love talking about people's pets.
Okay. They're all rescues. The first 2 that I got, so the first bunny ever, I've never had a bunny pet experience before, or even had a friend that has ever had one. So when the sanctuary was like, hey, you fostered for us before, do you want to foster this bunny? I was like, yeah, sure. Like, I don't have any experience. And he was here for 2 days, and I fell in love. I was like, okay, I'm adopting him. He's the best. He likes to give me face kisses all the time, and he's so cuddly. He's an attention whore. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, he's a sweetie. And then I got him like a little girlfriend. She was about the size of my hand, and now she's the biggest fun out of all of them. She's a bit of a chubby bunny, but but I love her to death. She's so cute. She's very timid. So as soon as you go in the room, she's like, oh, there's someone coming. Better hide. Yeah, she actually, before she got here, she almost didn't make it because where she was, there was a volunteer that had fed her something that she shouldn't have ate.
Wow.
So they had to like pump her stomach and stuff, and she was just a baby. So that was pretty scary because she was already supposed to come here. But she made it, and she's doing great.
That's excellent.
Yeah. And then I have like a community group on Facebook in my area that I'm in, and someone had posted that they saw like a bunny outside that they didn't think was supposed to be loose. Like, it looked like a household bunny. So I saw the picture immediately. I was like, okay, gotta get my gear. So I went outside. She wasn't even a minute from my house. I found her, scooped her up, took her home, and now she's here. She's so sweet.
I love
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, she'll like give me cuddles, and like she's just, she's the only one that actually likes to be held. And it was around Easter. So around Easter, especially with COVID, people thought that bunnies could pass COVID on. So a lot of people just, especially like small rodents and stuff, so they just let them all loose. And obviously, like, they can't really fend for themselves, so that's not a good thing to do. So I'm pretty sure she was abandoned Easter bunny for that reason. And she's pretty lucky that I found her because there's a lot of wild coyotes in this area. So that's pretty scary. And then I have my 4th bunny. So I wanted to get her a partner. And I saw that there was this one bunny that is a tripod bunny. He has 3 legs. And he's very small and very cute. They're both dwarfs. And I thought that she was, because she's so sweet with people, she's so like docile, and like even if you give her food, she'll like take it so gently. But she's not very good with other bunnies, I've discovered. So he's so sweet. His name's Cashew. He tries to give her face kisses because I'm trying to bond them between like playpens, right? So they're in like a specific area at this time. And he was trying to give her face kisses and she just was not having it. So I'm going to have to work on that for a little bit longer because they have to get along if they're going to be together. So, but if not, I'll just have separated bunnies.
All of the bunny. I love it.
Yeah, my bunnies take up more of my apartment than I do.
Honestly, anyone I know with bunnies is a pretty similar situation. Like they like having lots of space to run around. I mean, at least if you're a good bunny mom.
Yeah. Yeah, well I have stairs in my apartment so they can't run free, but they do have like a huge playpen that takes up more than half of like the rooms.
Yeah.
So the first two actually have their own bedroom. It's massive.
Yeah.
And they have like castles and stuff in there. And then, yeah, the other two, they have like pretty massive playpens. But as soon as I can afford like a bigger apartment, they're getting their own room too. So
I love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So if we want to get back on the SG specific train, is there any photo shoots that you wanted to talk about specifically, and like what it was actually like to model, and if it was like, if you were nervous beforehand or anything like that?
Okay, yeah. So the two photo shoots that I did at the Shoot Fest in 2018 in Toronto, one was with Atlantic Lungs and the other was with Daryl. And they were so much fun, but it is very nerve-wracking because all of the girls at the Shoot Fest are like, you know, watching you. And because I didn't know anyone and everyone's kind of like, I wouldn't say like mean girls cliquey, but they're cliquey because they're all friends. So I felt kind of like an outsider, but they were all very welcoming and they were like motivational. They were like, yeah, girl, get it. You know, you're doing a good job. So I started off very anxious, very nervous, but then I ended like feeling very powerful. It was a very good experience.
Did you find that it was much different than doing the one-on-one shoot?
Yeah. Yeah, so when you're feeling very motivated from other people, like you start to have like a confidence that you wouldn't have had on your own before. And you're like, okay, maybe I can do like this pose. And they're like, yeah, girl, like boost your ass up more, you know? So the pictures ended up probably being better than if I just had posed by myself or with no help. So yeah.
That's cool. It's always good to have the moral support of the community behind you, right?
Definitely.
Do you do any photography yourself, and do you have any interest in photography?
Yes. So I used to do photography as kind of like a full / part-time gig way back in, I think it was like 2012 to like 2016. I've actually photographed weddings and stuff. I just knew them, so it wasn't a big deal. But yeah, I love photography. I love nature photography, especially macro is pretty cool just because you can get pictures that you can't see from like your own eye, right? I really would love to be an official SG photographer someday and to take photo set photography of other models. So at the Shoot Fest in, not Toronto, in Niagara Falls this like late spring, yes. Hopefully, if it happens, I do plan to do photography. So I'm just gonna get like my foot right in there and try to get some sets up on the site.
Have you already picked the spot where you want to shoot in Niagara?
Like you mean within the Airbnb?
Yeah. Oh, I meant the Airbnb. So you've already picked one. You answered my question.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, the Airbnb is like really like boho chic. I love it.
Awesome. Well, fingers crossed that it works out and that it's an excellent time.
Yeah.
So my last question is, when it comes to the community and like the Telegram stuff that you run and just like overall what it's like to be kind of like an online girl, like what's that like and what do you enjoy about it and what keeps you coming back?
Okay, so what it's like is a lot of people think that it's like easy and stuff, which it is, but it takes a lot of your time. So this kind of work, it's easy, but it's also very time consuming and it takes all of your energy. So there will be points where someone needs to kind of take like a mental vacation and just like do some self-care. But it's incredibly freeing because you can set your own schedule. You know, you can work with who you want to, don't work with who you don't want to, and it's just a really great experience all around being your own boss. Sorry, I always forget like the question.
No, you got it. It's basically just like what about the community keeps you coming back to it, basically, whether it's SG or just any other avenue of all this fun online stuff.
Okay. All right. So what keeps me coming back to stuff like this is the fact of, the freedom. So I'm a very creative person. I'm not very good at working for someone else and doing like the same repetitive thing all of the time. I like to kind of multitask so I can always have different things going on in like the creative field that I want to do and kind of like bounce from one or the other. So if it's photography, if it's modeling, if it's assisting, coaching, whatever. I would say that's definitely what keeps me coming back. I also have a health condition called narcolepsy, so being able to kind of take charge of my life when I do see that others are struggling in that area because of other health conditions that they have is very empowering as well. And it's like taking charge of my life again. So that I do love about that.
That's awesome. Anything that gives you more like strength to do what you want to do is good, right?
Definitely. I mean, guilty pleasures, like, it's pretty basic. Like, I just like video games, but...
I love it. What kind of video games do you play?
Alright, I'll stop talking about video games. So... Alright, so... I really love video games. My favorite game is Alien Isolation because it actually takes place between the first and the second film. A lot of people don't know that. It's like the untold story, and I love that movie series, so I like to kind of geek out on that. I also really love the Silent Hill series. A lot of people think it's boring because you're just like walking through fog through half of the game, but I absolutely love it. Anything horror survival is definitely my jam. Fallout, I really love Fallout too. The Last of Us. And I am on Twitch. I'm an affiliate on Twitch, but I have a different alias because I'm trying not to connect the two. Like the nude modeling with Twitch because I want to cosplay in an unadult fashion so that kids can be like, oh cool, like look, kind of can't connect those two for that obvious reason, but yeah, I don't know.
I really am trying to keep my YouTube alias separate so that I can, maybe potentially make money from it one day.
Yeah, that would be cool. That's the goal.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like if I could just get paid for playing video games and just do that, I would be so happy. Like that is the ultimate goal. That's like the end game goal. Just being a grandma.
Yeah. I've actually seen like a grandma on Twitch and I was like, this is rad.
Yeah, that's 100% going to be me, just saying.
Especially with like the decked out tattoos, it's gonna be so cool.
I know, like who wouldn't want to watch that? It's gonna be comical for sure. And if my narcolepsy is like any bit worse, I mean, it's just gonna add to the entertainment.
Well, I'm glad you got a sense of humor about it. That's the best way to go about it.
Yeah.
I saw that you almost mentioned something about a first tattoo, so now I have to ask. Is there a story behind it?
Well, my first tattoo is Hopeless Romantic. I think it's probably backwards on here, but I wouldn't really say there's that much of a story behind it, other than the fact that I am a hopeless romantic. I grew up loving the show Dawson's Creek, and it kind of just speaks to my soul. Yeah,
I already from breaking out into the theme song.
Yeah, it's great. Like, I already have Valentine's planned for my girlfriend, like right down to like music, movies, everything. But yeah, and that's the thing that sucks too. Like, I'm gonna kind of rant on here, but dating in this culture, like in this speed dating culture where you can just like swipe next, it's very hard to find like a lifetime romance and relationship. So for the fact that I've been like pouring my heart out to people my whole life and I actually like found someone, it feels very special. So yeah, so this tattoo is very suiting for me.
That's awesome. I'm just really happy to see you happy. I mean, we've never really met other than talking a little bit online before, but it's still really good to see people doing well, you know? I just want everyone to be happy.
Yeah, me too.
Well, it was really excellent to meet you, even though it wasn't under the most ideal circumstances. One day I owe you a hug, but I'm really grateful you made some time, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day off.
Thank you. Have a good rest of your day too.
Thank you. Sending hugs.
Bye.